What's going on, everybody? Today, first video with AM Picks. I'm Austin. I got Matt with me right here.
What's up, everybody?
Today, we're going to be just going down the rundown basically on MLB, NBA, and the March Madness games that we have today. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get it started. We're going to start off with the first MLB game, which is going to be the Pirates visiting the Mets. They got Mets minus 118 on the money line. Skeens is out there for the Pirates, and then Freddie Peralta is out there for the Mets. What do you have for this one?
Yeah, like you said, you got Skeens and you got Freddie going out there at it to first game. You know, I was trying to tell people before too, especially in this beginning part of the week of MLB. Definitely tread lightly. You don't want to, jump on these big favorites, these big heavy dogs. I definitely lean towards Pittsburgh. I know it's a tough pill to swallow, but I'm definitely going to go towards the under too as well. I think both pitchers will come out dominant. Start of the season, see the bats kind of cold. Early morning game too, 10:15 a.m. Yeah, under spot.
Yeah, I actually agree about those points. I think this is going to be a very tough matchup, especially for the first game. I like how the Pirates picked up a lot of better batters.
Yeah.
Because their bats were really bad. They were really bad. Picked up Gregory Soto for some more relief pitching. So I like that. The Mets they decided to buy this offseason. They decided to buy. They got crazy lineup. Um, Me personally, I think after Skeens is out, I think the Mets will start to take control. So I'm
Yeah, the
gonna go ahead
bullpen.
and take
Yeah.
the Mets money line minus 118. So yeah, that's my prediction for that one. Um, Next up, we got the White Sox visiting the Brewers, the Brew Crew. Um, the pitchers out there are going to be Shane Smith and Jacob Mizorowski. This game's at 11 o'clock again. And this is going to be minus 186 on the money line for the Milwaukee Brewers. Um, to be honest, the White Sox didn't do anything in the offseason. They lost Luis Robert Jr. That was their best player. They lose him. They're just a very young team, so I don't really expect much from them this season. Just progressing with the young talent. And for the Brew Crew, they've basically kept the same lineup. They did lose Freddie Peralta, who's pitching for the Mets now. So that did kind of hurt them a little bit on the starting pitching, but I really like their bullpen. I think they blow out the White Sox this game. I'm going to take them minus 1.5.
Yeah, I see the points for you. Definitely a good spot for them. Opening day too, in front of the fans. You know how they get over there in Milwaukee.
Yep.
They're turned up. They get lit. Um, I'm gonna stay away though. It's kind of juiced up towards too much of my value. Like I said, I'm just trying to tread lightly, especially with these teams, getting kind of a feel for them. Um, if anything, I lean towards Chicago.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I mean, yeah, hey, if you like Chicago, I mean, it is what it is.
Just a little shot. Am I gonna be betting it? Probably. Definitely not. There's definitely other spots that
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah,
on.
I agree.
But
Can't trust the White Sox. They're kind of
nah,
like they can go
yeah.
crazy. You just never know. All right, so next game we got is the Nationals at the Cubs. This game's at 11:20 start time. You got the Cubs minus 232. The starting pitchers out there are going to be Cavalli and Matthew Boyd for the Cubs. What do you think about this game? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, this is a parlay piece for me. I'm on Cubs right here. I do think there's going to be spots to be able to bet with Washington. Not this one though. I do also like their starting pitcher. You know, small sample size. I don't know about last year if his background and what happened, how many games. He says he played 4 games.
Yeah, Cavalli didn't play much. Yeah, he's young
There's
talent.
small sample size, like you said. I'll lean towards the Cubs. Big heavy favorite. They'll probably be a parlay piece for me.
Yeah, I'm definitely not betting this game because I don't know. It's just weird to me. I really don't like Matthew Boyd for the Cubs,
Way
even though
too
he
high
had
of a
a
number.
yeah,
Yeah,
he had a good season last year, but I think it was just carried by the Cubs batting um and defense because their defense is amazing. But I really don't like Matthew Boyd. Being a Guardians fan, I watched him play. He's old. He's 35.
yeah.
Nationals have a bad bullpen, very bad. They've always had a bad bullpen. And for the Cubs, I mean, they lose Kyle Tucker, but they pick up Alex Bregman. So I mean, they didn't really, lose much. I'm not gonna bet this game, but my pick for this game would be the over. I think, um, I think the Cubs will get a good amount of runs, and
Nationals
honestly, the
maybe chip in a little
Nationals
bit. Yeah,
batters are not that bad.
yep.
Because I think Matthew Boyd can get hit up this game. So yeah, I'm gonna take the over in that one.
Not a bad look.
Next, we got the Twins visiting the Orioles. This game starting at 12:05. The Orioles are minus 143 on the money line. The pitchers out there for this game is going to be Joe Ryan for the Twins and Trevor Rogers for the Orioles. Um, Now, the only thing I have for this game is I'm taking this player prop. I'm taking this player prop. Tyler O'Neill home run prop plus 400. He's hit 6 straight home runs on opening day. I don't know if a lot of people know this trend, but I'm just gonna go with the trend here, and I'm gonna just take the straight bet plus 400. I mean, that's just what I like about this game.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like you said, the bats, big bats. This team, the O's, they were very interesting. 2 years ago, they were, a hot team, making a run into the playoffs. The Twins, they can't bat. We've seen them for the last 2 seasons, last three, maybe even. They can't swing the bat and hit the ball. That's just point blank and period. I do think it's going to be a bounce back season for the O's. I'm kind of higher on these O's this year, especially last year. It was just a terrible year, kind of a punt year in my opinion. I like Rogers. I think we're getting the better pitching option here. I'm gonna roll with the O's here in this spot. It's a little bit juiced up. I got it. It opened up at minus 165, dropped down to 130, and I scooped her up. So I'm on the O's.
I like that. All right, well, let's go ahead and go to the next game. We got the Red Sox visiting the Cincinnati Reds. This game's a 1:10 start time. On the money line, the Red Sox are minus 163. The pitchers out there are going to be Crochet for the Red Sox and Abbott for the Reds. What are your thoughts on this one? I want to hear your thoughts on this game.
For Shea, I'm high on him. I feel like he's a great pitcher. He's up there with Screwball, up there with the scheme pitchers. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm high on him. As far as the Reds, you know what I mean. We kind of figured how they are and what their system is. Aren't they kind of in a full little kind of rebuild mode right now? You would say. So, Andrew, he's a good option too. Definitely their ace. I'm gonna roll with the under in this spot. I don't see the bats being high. If anything, it might be Boston's spot. If anything, a little bit heavy juiced on it. What's the odds on it right now? 163.
Yeah, minus 163 for the Red Sox.
I would definitely lean towards the Red Sox though. Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I think they have the better pitcher. Crochet was just a beast last season. I mean,
a
pretty sure
beast.
he was a leader in strikeouts last year. So, I mean, that's what he does best. He's a lefty. I did like how the Reds did pick up a big power hitter in Eugenio Suarez, who hit 50 home
Or
runs last
yeah,
year. So I really like that pickup, but they didn't really do anything else other than that. And the Red Sox have kind of kept their same team,
yeah,
very
younger
young
team.
team. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I'm excited to see what Anthony can do for the Red Sox. I'm excited to see you know just good ball. I mean they had a good I think they had a good last half of the season last year. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm mixing that up, but I think they played pretty well. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Red Sox money line in this one. But yeah, I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take them. Yeah, minus 163 for sure. Next up, we got the Angels at your
Going back to that
Astros.
Red Sox one real quick, do you
Yeah,
think
go
the
ahead.
odds might drop later in the morning or no? It is a 110
Um,
start time.
I think people
I
might
think
be a
people
little
would
bit
be
more
on
with the
them
Red
on right now.
Sox.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm
I don't
thinking
know.
about taking them right now. That's the reason why I'm
Right.
saying that.
Yeah.
160 though. Like I said, I've been trying to, stay away from them big heavy ones. Reds, do have a young lineup, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll think about it. Go ahead, though. My bad.
No, you're good. So yeah, that your Astros are playing against the Angels at home. So got your boy Hunter Brown out there versus Jose Soriano for the Angels. This game starts at 110. It is minus 186 for your Astros on the money line. Um, I'll go first. I want to hear what you have to say at the end because to be
Yeah,
honest, I like the Angels in the upset here. I don't know why. I mean, it's just I like their lineup, how they're going. Mike Trout's back. I don't know what it is. I kind of like their team. Hunter Brown, he does kind of give up. I feel like sometimes, and he can get hit pretty hard. And when he does, it turns ugly. So I really don't like Jose Soriano that much, to be honest. But um, I mean, the Astros lineup has been what it's been. So yeah, I'm gonna side with a little bit of the Angels here in a little upset. Um, Taking them plus money.
yeah. I'm looking at the batting numbers right now for the Angels, man. I was gonna say, does Hunter Brown mow these dudes
Mm,
down? But I'm looking at it right now, man. I'm not gonna lie. I don't, especially in the beginning part of this season. It's not always bad to take a shot with the dogs. You take a shot with a lot of these dogs, you come out profitable. That's just how it works. In this one though, I'm looking, I was gonna look towards, maybe a pitching prop for Hunter Brown. I just think he's gonna elevate this year. We've seen him progress year and year, you know what I mean? And he's gonna be one of those top dogs, I think, this year. I don't have a play in it. I know that's my team. But yeah, like you said, they might have a shot to be able to knock them off, especially in the beginning. So I'm gonna stay away.
yeah, I think that's a good idea. Um, I don't know. We'll see. I feel like it's gonna be a close game. I think it'll be a close one.
One thing that scares me about that though is maybe a first five with the Angels because
Mm,
their bullpen is shitty. I do
that is
like
true.
the Angels starter. What's his name again? My bad.
Soriano.
Yeah, I do like him. He's my boy, but maybe a first five. I can see them maybe getting it early. Maybe it's definitely gonna be a low scoring game though. I can see that.
Yeah. All right. So now we're gonna head to the Tigers visiting the Padres. This game's also starting at 110. The Tigers are actually minus 131 on the money line. And the pitchers out there are going to be Screwball and who's out there? Pavetta's out there. Pavetta's out there for the Padres.
Yep.
Um, so what do you think? What do you think for this one?
You know, I was heavily on right away. Just yeah, I'm choosing Screwball. That was my guy. I rode with him. He made me a lot of cash. These past 2 years. So, but I don't know. I was looking at the Padres, man. They do got a great lineup, very competitive. I know they go in splits though. It's the start of the season, so I know every team has that same thought process. We can win it all. You know what I mean? So every team's gonna come out with that juice, that adrenaline. So don't put it past these guys to knock off Scooby, even though he's my boy. Um, I like the under in this spot. I know it's at 7 for a reason. You look at it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think we got two of the better pitchers here coming out. I think the bats come out a little bit slower too. I know Pavetta and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? People are iffy, but I think we're getting two of the better quality pitchers out there in the MLB. So I'll choose the under in some cold bats.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna stay away from this game too. But the way I look at it is, I like the Padres 1 through 4. Tatis, Machado, Bogarts. I like their first four, but then you get to their 5 through 9, and it's like it's
A
not the
little
best.
colder.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah, a
the
little
best.
colder.
Tigers didn't really make any changes at all. They're kind of the same team. They changed their pitching, but they didn't really change any of their batters. I do like their batting. They started to get hot at the end of the season towards the playoffs. So I Yeah, I mean, to be honest, two good pitchers out there. I think the Tigers start slow, and they're not really a high scoring team, anyways. If I'm picking this one, I'm gonna take the under first five,
I like
which
that,
is three and a
and
half.
especially with these pitchers. Yeah,
Um, I just think Screwball doesn't get hit up very much. I
no,
think
he
he just
doesn't.
goes and attacks. I think his mindset's right for this game. He decided not to play the rest for Team USA because he seems like he's dedicated for trying to win something. The Tigers, they actually bought around him, got him better pitching. So I think he's
He
gonna be
definitely
on a
trying to make a push.
right,
Definitely, yeah.
exactly. So yeah, I'm gonna take the first five under in that one. Do you have
I
any
like
more
that.
thoughts on that game or
Now that would be it for me. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna choose the first five under, probably full game under on that one too.
yeah,
Probably mix it up, do a split
yeah,
50-50 on both.
right, exactly. Next game we got is the Texas Rangers visiting the Phillies. This game starting at 115. The Phillies are minus 163 on the money line. You got Uvalde out there for the Rangers and Suarez for the Phillies. What do you like in this game?
It says right when I click on the ESPN, do Phillies have what it takes to dethrone the Dodgers? Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This team is getting older. I feel like you have two options with this team. You really do. Halfway through the season, if they're not doing well, they might go into trying to blow some stuff up and making some trades. I, I don't like the price. I do like the pitching though for the Rangers. I know once it gets to the later innings, Sanchez, people are high on him. Didn't we see him in the World Baseball Classic?
Suarez, yeah, Christopher, right? Suarez, right?
Uh, yeah, Sanchez,
My bad,
Christopher Sanchez,
my bad,
right?
my bad.
No, you're good.
Yeah, my bad. I was thinking of Ranger
I
Suarez.
know you're thinking of. I know who you're
Yeah,
thinking of.
my
But
bad.
but
Yes, he
I,
did
I
play.
don't know. We seen him get touched up
He
in that
did.
World Baseball Classic. I was on him in that spot too. I
Yep.
was kind of pissed, to be honest with you. I know people are saying they really aren't taking it serious. When you're playing for your country, I would think anybody would play for it kind of serious. That's why I was kind of, people are disappointed in Screwball for sitting out, like you were mentioning. you
Yeah.
know, his mind was towards the MLB at that point. He did come out and pitch that first game. He was moved past that. This guy Sanchez, he was on a different level. I know he was high takes. I do recall last year though, in the very beginning, he was kind of shaky, kind of rough. Wasn't hitting the box all the time and walking. I'm gonna stay away though, but I wouldn't be surprised if Philly wins. I'm just trying to say that this year is going to be an interesting year for them, man. I'm gonna be real. We'll
Yeah.
we'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bet on this one either because I feel like this is like a hit or miss game. You don't know what you really are gonna get out of the Phillies, especially batting wise. Like they have a really
They
good,
might go
powerful
crazy.
lineup.
They might
No, they
score
do.
9 runs
That's
this
what I'm
game.
saying. They have
Yeah,
a really powerful lineup, very powerful
yeah,
hitting lineup. We know that. Um,
yeah.
I think Sanchez, I mean Logan Webb, he had a very good World Baseball Classic, but then we see him get hit up against the Yankees. Christopher
Yep.
Sanchez has a bad, uh, you know, World Baseball Classic start. Maybe he goes good. You know what I mean? That's what I'm
Can't really
thinking.
take too much
Exactly.
into what we
Right.
saw in those games. I
Exactly.
do
Exactly.
100%. You know, yeah.
Yeah.
You
So,
know,
um, I mean, if I had to pick, I'm gonna choose Phillies money line. I don't like the Rangers batters. They lost some key
no
guys, so
ass.
I feel like they're not gonna be able to tack on any runs. To be
I do
honest,
like the under in this spot. I know
yeah.
people might not, but the under is live
The
in
under's
my
at what,
opinion.
7,
Maybe
right?
yeah. Let's go double check that because I don't want. I think it might be actually 8. Let's see. Yeah, total's at 8.
8.
I
Okay.
actually like the under. It
Yeah.
opened at 8.5. That was good value if you were jumped on it at the beginning of when it came out.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah,
like it really just
under
depends on the Phillies bats.
Philly.
Really,
Yeah,
that's
Philly,
just what it's
literally.
gonna depend on.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah.
Opening day too, so
Right.
the crowd might be
Exactly.
going crazy.
Exactly.
Is this a series though? So they'll be there
Yeah.
for what?
Yeah.
A couple days.
I think a
Let's
few
see.
games, yeah. Should be a few games.
26,
Um,
28, and 29. Yep.
all right, well, next up is the Rays visiting the Cardinals. Um, We got Rasmussen out there for the Rays and Liberator, I think is how you pronounce his last name for the Cardinals. This game starting at 115. They got the or is it the Cardinals minus 126? No, the Rays minus 126. Sorry.
Yeah.
For this game, I don't really have much. I wouldn't bet on this because these two teams could be very mediocre.
Wishy
But
washy.
I think
Yep.
if you're gonna get some good value, I think the Rays are a decent value spot. I would trust them. I don't really like the Cardinals. Their pitcher Liberatore, he's not good.
Ass. He's
He's not
shit.
good. So
Yeah, he's
I
not.
think I think the Rays upgraded on their batting a little bit. I like Rasmussen. He's a pretty well good pitcher. You know what I mean? So I think the minus 126 for the Rays here is a good spot, but I'm not
It's
gonna
not
bet
bad
on it.
odds. Yeah.
I like the minus 126 for the Rays though. I think the Cardinals just have no batting, just to be honest. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what my pointer was gonna be for this too. Is like where are the bats gonna be in this game? So, this is another spot where you saw the Rays last year. I know we're not trying to put too much thought and effort into like last year. That's out the drain. It's old.
Yeah.
Um, excuse me, my bad.
You're good.
But I also think the same way with the Rays. You know what I mean? I know you said they upgraded their bats, so we could try to see some like progression for it. Opening day again. I'm gonna say it one more time, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was another low scoring game. What's the total on this one as well? You got 7.5 in there as well. Only thing that scares me, and this is why I lean towards Rays as well, is like you said, that dude Libatorium. He's ass. He we're looking
Liberatorium.
to fade him. We're looking to fade him, and fade him. So yeah, that's my spot right there.
Okay. I like that. Yep, I agree. All right, well, now we're heading to D-backs at the Dodgers. This is a 5:30 start time. Dodgers are minus 259 on the money line. Um, what are your thoughts on this one?
This is my freemium of the day for
Mm-hmm.
everybody right here. I think we need to go back and check the numbers, man, but I know the numbers. These Dodgers last year started super hot. They're going to start super hot again. They upgraded, got even better. They got money to spend. They want to win.
Yeah.
This is what they do. Shohei looked absolutely great. I know we're not trying to put too much effort into that, but I saw also for people who are on player props, Shohei, you're not going to get another player prop plus 220 for a home run.
I like that.
I have this game at Dodgers minus 1.5. I think Yamamoto has a great out showing. Is Marte out? Do you know if he's out in this game or is he
Um,
playing?
I would have to check. I don't I don't know actually.
I heard that he's got like a bad back. He's banged up. Am I thinking about the
Um,
dude Carbon or you know
he
who
is
I'm
day to
talking about?
day, but I
He'll
think
probably
they
play.
might expect him to play. I'm
With them being banged up and shit like that too, man. I'm gonna take the Dodgers. I think if they do win too, they're gonna not smoke them, but they'll win
yeah.
by two. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on the Dodgers. Give me the Dodgers all day.
Yeah, yeah. In this one, I think it's going to be a high scoring affair. To be honest, I like Yamamoto, but I don't know. I don't think he's like he is there. He is Yamamoto. He is good. We can't deny that. But I think the D-backs have they have a weird team. They have a lot of speed. They have a lot of speed. So I'm hoping maybe some contact. Kind of like guards ball is what they call it. Just not really much power hits. This season specifically. So I think this game is gonna go over. I think this game is gonna go over. I think the D-backs could maybe knock off a few runs, maybe get around 3 or 4. And I think the Dodgers go out there and destroy Gallen because Gallen had a bad season last year. He played better the year before, but last season he didn't do very well. So I think they get after Gallen right away, and I could see the Dodgers scoring a few in the first inning. I don't know. I mean, it just depends, but yeah, I'm taking the over 9. I like the over in that spot right there. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna take that.
What about a Dodgers team total? You don't look in any way of that or not?
Um,
I don't know what their
I'm
team
not
total
sure
is
what
sitting
theirs
at.
was. Probably, if I had to guess, probably 5.5, maybe 6.5 if I had to guess. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think whatever it is, I
Let's
think
see. Let's see. Yamamoto's numbers too. I want to check his numbers real quick. Let's see. Bat versus pitch.
yeah. I mean, I like Perdomo. I like Corbin Carroll. I mean,
Not a lot of approaches and bats for the bottom part of the lineup, which is weaker. The
yeah,
top part, he's mowing these dudes down. Not really a lot of appearances for any of these dudes. Max is 3 max. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Zach Neto has hit him up both times. He's hitting perfect.
I like Zach Neto though. I think
Yeah.
he was a great player on the Angels last year too. So I mean,
He'll definitely be a good addition. I just think Padres are just too much.
yeah.
Too much offense. Do you
I
like
think
Zach Gallen in
no,
this spot?
I don't. I think he's kind of falling off a cliff to be honest.
I think he's older too. You
Yeah,
see, the age, coming into a factor. Maybe not. You know what I mean?
yeah.
People are kind of still high on him. I
Right,
know that's
right,
their
right.
guy, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
Well, last game of the card for MLB is going to be the Guardians versus the Mariners. This game is at 7:10. It's a late game. Late game for the Guards. A very late game for them. Minus 193 on the money line for the Mariners. I think it went up from yesterday for sure. So a lot of people are buying them. We got Logan Gilbert out there for the Mariners and Tanner Bybee for the Guardians. I want to hear your thoughts because I mean, we're both kind of Guardians fans, but I'm a huge Guardians fan, so I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah, man. I'm a I don't like Logan Gilbert. I just don't. I know people say he's a good option, and
He's a
and
pitching
really
contact,
he's not getting help, is what people say as well too. I've heard, but I don't know, man. I would lean towards the Guardians. You got a good, in my opinion, the better pitching option. He's gonna go out there. Bobby's good, man. He's good. He'll go out there and give you some solid baseball. Um, Now the bats though, that's where I've always struggled with the Guardians. I just don't know if they have the bats and what it takes.
very young
So
team.
very young team.
Yeah.
Don't know what I'm kind of expecting from it. So I'm, another stay away spot for me. Hate
Yeah,
to
I
say
agree.
it.
I agree. I'm gonna stay away on this one too. I just think the Guardians, like you said, they don't. The batting is like a question mark, and when Jose
Yeah,
Ramirez is not on, it's over. I mean, I hate to
yeah.
say it. I like Quan. I think he's a very good
He's
opening
good.
batter. He can draw walks. Logan Gilbert is a very he likes to walk people. So I think they can maybe get on base, but the hitting is just not there. It's
The
just not
eyes of the
there. Yeah,
Guardians, man. Those dudes have some good eyes though, and they make
yeah,
it competitive. So I wouldn't be surprised. I know people are going to be all over Seattle and try to be on them. They're high on them this year too,
yeah.
but this is a
I,
weird spot.
And the thing is I like Bybee too. Being a Guardians fan, it's just sometimes he can kind of sell out a little bit. Like I said, it kind of gives me Hunter Brown vibes. Not really the same player type, but I just
I like
those
the
two for
bullpen.
me.
Yeah.
The bullpen is nice. The
That's what
bullpen
I'm
is
saying. I
what's good
think
about the
even in those
Guardians.
crucial situations, you know what I'm saying? They seem to always get out of these
Yeah,
spots too and make it low scoring, kind of scummy and ugly
yeah.
into the Guardians' favor. But
And
yeah,
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure the under is actually 7 in this one, if I'm not
yeah, I
mistaken.
saw it. I was gonna take another under.
Yeah,
To be honest, I've seen the stats on it. Unders in these first weeks are
yeah,
just cash
yeah,
makers.
yeah.
You're
Slow
not going to
starts.
see
Yeah,
these bats. It's going to slow starts, so
yeah,
it's like you're not going to see these bats going crazy. The odds books, though, and the sports books, they know they're on top of it. That's why you see these low totals in a lot of these games.
yeah.
So
Well, that's gonna cap off MLB's card. Looks like we're gonna head over to the NBA card. 3 games tomorrow. All start at 4 o'clock. First game is gonna be the Knicks at the Hornets. Um, the Hornets are -1.5. Um, what are your thoughts on this one?
yeah, New York on the road. Do they give a fuck about this game? They've won one, two, three, four, 5 games in a row. They're playing dog shit competition. Golden State, Indiana, Brooklyn, Washington, and New Orleans.
Wow.
I mean,
Cakewalk.
It doesn't get much of a cakewalk than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You go over to the Hornets. They played in some competitive games. They played, the best team in my opinion in the league besides OKC is the Spurs, 115 to 102. Beat Miami. Miami's kind of on a drought right now. They did get a huge win today. Orlando beat them. We know how they are. Memphis garbage and Sac garbage too. I think the line tells you everything you need to know. I'm on Charlotte. I'm on Charlotte for sure. Knicks, I don't know if they really even care about this game. I know,
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to say it like that. Hornets, they are getting up for this game. They want this game. They want to prove to their franchise and to
Yeah.
everybody around the world that they are here.
Yeah.
Young team, they're gonna get up and down on this team. The Knicks, they're gonna run. Yeah, I'm on the Hornets.
Yeah, I agree. I actually like this spot for the Hornets too. Like you said, the line tells you everything you need to know. Um, the Hornets, they're a very young team, but they can shoot. Like
Hell
they
yeah.
are really good shooters. They have shooters everywhere. And the Knicks, I feel like they don't try on defense a lot. They're a very weird defensive team. They foul a lot. Um, Only issue I have here is that Cat, down low. I mean, I don't think anybody can
Who's gonna guard
really
him?
match up
Yeah.
against him. He's been playing really amazing. I feel like that could be their only issue. I like the Hornets defense though. I'm also gonna take the Hornets here -1.5. I trust them a little bit more. They've been the hot. Well, I mean, Knicks have won 5 straight, so but I feel like they
Garbage
have
team.
been. Yeah, you're
Wash
right.
team.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
true. Yes, that is true. So I do believe the Hornets have been the hotter team, especially the second half of the season by far. Out of the All Star break, they've been just on winning streaks.
Just this stat alone, I'm gonna say this real quick.
Yeah.
When have we in history ever seen the Charlotte Hornets? Are they -1.5 against the Knicks?
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah. That's
Come
crazy.
on, man. That tells you everything you
Yeah,
need to
I agree.
know. Take the Hornets tomorrow. I'm thinking about taking them too.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Well, I'm glad we're both on the road for that one. Um
Yeah.
so we'll head over to the Pelicans at the Pistons. This is all, like I said, this is all 4 o'clock games. The Pistons are -5.5. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna bet on this one, but I like the Pelicans in this one. I don't know. I think I checked their last games. Let me just make sure, but I think their losses have been by, or maybe this is the Kings. Maybe I'm thinking about the Kings. Let me just double check this real quick. Yeah. Only lost by 5 to the Cavs. Lost by 2 to the Rockets. Lost by 2 to the Suns. So their recent losses have been between 2 to what 5 points. I think. I don't know. I mean, Cade Cunningham being out, they're on a back to back. I think as well, right? They're on a back to back. Um,
Just check that.
did the Pistons play?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They just lost to the Hawks in overtime as well. So I think
Yeah.
they're gonna be very
Leg.
tired here.
Yeah.
Um I like the way the Pelicans have been playing lately. They've been playing better than they were. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna take the +5.5. I'm not gonna bet on this one, but if I had to choose, I would take them +5.5.
Yeah, there's a reason why I'm not, betting this game. Like you said, they just finished up in overtime. I don't know if that would have changed this line. Say Pistons blew out, the Hawks or even just were comfortable win. What would this line be? You know what I mean? So I think the line value too isn't really on the Pellies either. So that's why it causes me to stay away.
Yeah.
They have been playing really competitive without Cade. I know no Cade, but we usually say no Cade, no problem. But right now, that is not the problem. They can still get it done. Pelicans is still a bottom tier team to me. They aren't playing like these other teams to tank.
Yeah.
So that's why it's
Yeah.
good to
True.
get them. They're competitive, underdog teams. The line is screaming to take the Pelicans right here. So, yeah, I'm just going to stay away.
Yeah. I like that. All right, last game of the NBA card, only three. Kings and the Magic is the last one. -15.5 for the Magic. What do you think?
Kings, I was against them the other day. Who do they play? Let me go and see. Against
I think the
Charlotte.
Hornets. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Charlotte game. I knew Hornets were gonna absolutely torch them.
Yeah.
This is another spot where they're holding Westbrook back. This kid or this dude, this old
The
man, my
kid,
bad.
huh?
This kid, but this dude, man, will go out there and try his ass off. So that's why they got to make sure to put him on the bench. They got Murray on the bench. This team's not competitive. I look on the other side with Orlando though. Anthony Black's out. I think he's been out.
Yeah, he has.
Suggs is out,
Yeah,
and
Suggs
I
has been
don't
out.
like I don't like them without Suggs being in.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, Magic have lost one, two, three,
I think
four,
5, right?
five, including the Pacers. This team is
Yeah.
disgusting. You cannot trust this team. You're laying 15
Yeah.
and a half with this team is insane. We
Yeah.
can't be any part of that. We got
Yeah.
to stay away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. If I were to bet on this one, I would take the Kings. I feel like that's the safer bet, but yeah, this is just weird.
Eight, the 1-8 gambler number right there. Just
Mhm.
if you're betting on that game, just stop it, man.
Yeah,
You're betting that Orlando train and still thinking they're good. That's what it is.
to
So
me, the Magic play too slow. They play too posty, especially when they're without,
they're
Jalen
playing 90s
Suggs.
basketball out there,
Yeah,
huh?
it's really only Desmond Bain you have out there that's making threes.
Shooter.
Really, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know. They just play too slow. I think that's why the Kings lost to the Hornets because Hornets are so young and they actually spread the floor very well and they shoot deep percentages, deep volume. You know what I mean? So I think if the Magic they're gonna slow this game down. That's why they're one of the better defensive teams. That's why they're you
Defense.
know
If they cover this game, it'll be by
right,
defense for sure.
exactly. But I don't think the Kings lineup is that bad either. To be honest, I mean I know they're without Russell Westbrook, like you said. But I look at their lineup. I still think they have a good enough team to put up some points. I mean, you never know. DeMar could have a good game. Um, but yeah, I probably would take plus 15.5 if I was betting on it for the Kings.
Anybody laying numbers with Orlando that big,
Yeah,
man, you
yeah.
guys got a
That's got to
problem.
be Orlando's biggest
Spread
points.
this year?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it has to be.
probably.
There's just no way. Um,
Probably.
but yeah, that's gonna cap off the NBA card. And last but not least, we have the March Madness. This is the Sweet 16 now.
Get
Um,
your brackets in, everybody. Get that second chance brackets in.
yeah, right. Well, there's 4 games on this card. The first game is gonna be at 4:10. Texas versus Purdue. They got Purdue minus 7.5. Um, to be honest, the Texas has been a shocker. Everybody, I had them getting out the first 4. I had them losing to who did they play? NC State. I think NC State. I think so. I thought NC State was the better team, but Texas has shown that they have some fight in them. I like their big center. I forget what his last name is, but he's been playing amazing. He cooked BYU single handedly.
Not
Cooked them.
Swan or Swain
Cooked.
or something.
No, that's their guard. But
Oh, really? He's their
he's
leading rebounder.
wow, that's crazy. But he's been big. He's been big in this tournament. Thing is though, Purdue is a bigger team. They're more physical. They may not be the tallest, but they're more physical. Trey Kaufman ran. He's physical. He will get in you. You know what I mean? So I think it'll be very tough. Purdue plays such a good fundamental basketball. I probably wouldn't bet on this one. I think 7.5 is a weird
Way too high.
spot. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's a weird spot. If I had to choose, to be honest, I would probably go with Purdue.
Yeah.
Just to try it, just to see if they really are about how they were before the tournament, and they've showed good tournament games too so far, but I don't know, man. Texas, can they keep on this Cinderella run? I don't know. I would probably just take 7.5 for Purdue.
See, as I'm thinking about this and as you're breaking it down with me, and I'm thinking what you're saying,
Yeah,
Texas plays in the SEC where it's just cupcake defense. The defense is just
yeah, true,
non-existent.
true, true, true.
They
One of the
don't.
highest
They're
scoring
not
teams. Yeah,
physical. You know what I mean? They're just not physical.
yeah,
I think Purdue puts the clamps down.
yeah,
Like you said, they have a veteran squad,
yeah. Very veteran.
veteran guards, good guard play, can shoot the three ball.
Yeah,
Texas is very big. You know what I'm saying? I'll be real. And they've shocked me. They shouldn't have won those last, you know what I mean? We thought they wouldn't have won those last games. But I think this is the spot where Purdue kind of, realizes too how fortunate they are to be able to get this spot of Texas.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
to be honest with you though, 7.5 with a team that's been balling, that's been surprising me. That's why I can't bet it. You gotta stay
Yeah,
away.
I agree. I agree. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just it's crazy. I really don't know how Texas got in the spot. They played two teams that can't shoot. BYU can't shoot. They have no shooters.
They got one player, and you saw him. I mean, he's cooking their ass, but I mean, he
Yeah,
needs some fucking help.
I mean, that's the thing. He didn't even really shoot that well from three that game, I don't think either. He was just in the paint posting up, getting double teamed, still making shots.
Still making
They had no
shots.
shooters. Purdue
Yup.
has the shooters
They
around them
do.
in fundamental basketball. It's gonna be tough for Texas.
Texas to win this one, yeah.
Yeah. Next game is Iowa versus Nebraska. This one's a close one. The sportsbooks got it -1.5 for Nebraska. This game starting at 4:30. What do you think?
Yeah, I had Iowa actually in my bracket pretty far. This is where I did have them lose. I thought we'd be catching a little bit more than just a one bucket. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Same conference. Both going to be playing each other real tight. Um, shooters. I think that's going to be the key in this. The shooters got to step up. Who's going to make the more shots?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
thought I'd be getting at least 3.5, maybe with Iowa, and I was going to be on Iowa 4, but
Right.
I can't be on this right here.
Yeah. I agree. Um. Yeah. I don't want to say I don't think Iowa. I did also think Iowa would defeat Florida. I think that could have been the one seed, one of the one seeds
Florida
getting
to us
upset.
was
Yes.
overrated.
Yes, they
We
were.
thought they were
Yeah, they
overrated.
were.
So
To be honest though, they did have the lead in that game. I still don't think they. I don't want to say they didn't deserve to win that game because they did, but it was super close down to the
yeah,
wire.
super close.
Um, the player that hit the game-winning shot probably should have been ejected earlier in the game. He actually threw a punch at one of the Florida players. It didn't connect,
Wow,
but that could have been an ejection, and he actually ends up hitting the game winner. So you really never know
wow,
what could have happened.
that's insane.
You know what
I
I
didn't
mean?
know that.
So yeah, I just think Nebraska. I actually had Vanderbilt beating Nebraska. It was a really close game. The Tanner, he actually almost hit that full court shot. It
Game winner.
rimmed
Yeah,
out.
that's my boy.
That was
Yeah,
insane. I thought
would
Vanderbilt
have
was a
been
better
looking at a
team.
whole different game right
Yeah,
here if they
no,
would have
hundred
hit
percent,
that. You know what I mean?
100%.
Because we had Vandy beating Nebraska
Right,
too.
right.
So it's
Um,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think in this spot though, I would take Nebraska. I just don't know if
the
Iowa
numbers
has any more
weird, bro.
hope left. Yeah, the numbers. Yeah, the numbers weird. It is. Um, I do like Iowa's team though. Like it is a very good team, but Nebraska they got shooters.
Shooters,
So
shooters.
it'll be tough for Iowa. I would take Nebraska in this spot -1.5.
Would I be
I think it'll be
shocked if
close.
Iowa won? No, if they
Mm,
get on them on defense. If they get on them and
yeah,
it's hard for them to shoot that shot.
true.
But if Nebraska gets rolling and they hit a couple threes, man, this shit's
Yeah,
gonna get ugly real quick.
I agree. We got your Arkansas Razorbacks versus Arizona. I probably have an idea on what you're thinking here. -7.5 for Arizona. I'll go ahead and start first then, so you can get your thoughts across after me. To be honest, I don't think Arizona played as well as we thought they would. This tournament so far. I mean, they've been okay. Who did they play last matchup?
That's what I was just about to say. Didn't they have a struggling matchup against? I felt like kind of
Oh, they played
weaker
Utah
competition.
State. They played Utah State, and Utah State actually showed fight.
They
There was
showed a
a
lot of
lot
fight.
of bad, you know, instances in that game where it just looked like Arizona wasn't a one seed. It was really bad. I mean, I did like Utah State, because they're a very sleeper team to me, Mountain West. But Arizona, they should have played better that game, and all Arizona fans know that they do. Um, I think arguably the Arkansas has the best player in the NCAA tournament right now. Darius Acuff Jr. He's balling out. He just got a deal with Reebok. He's probably as hype as can be. I really like their team. They're well balanced. They really are well balanced, and he makes the shots that are tough. He makes tough buckets. I think Arizona or Arkansas could cover the +7.5 here.
Yeah, I jumped on it at a perfect time because it's down at 7.5. I expect this number to drop probably even one more. If people are smart, man, I think Arkansas has a shot to win this game outright. Like you said, you mentioned it, best player on the court. I think there was a huge difference with BYU. We liked BYU. We liked AJ. He's a cold player. He gets buckets, right? Same thing with this kid over here with Arkansas. But I think the difference is Arkansas looks like a real complete team, man.
Yeah,
If you really dissect their team and watch them play,
a lot of
they're fit
athleticism, a
a
lot of
lot of
athleticism,
athleticism.
athleticism
They're
for
fit to
sure.
compete, man, and they can shoot. So that's
Yep.
what's kind of crazy. Like you said, Arizona playing down in their competition against Utah State. I was on Utah State, was very worried though, not gonna lie that they weren't gonna cover. I think the spread was like 12.5 when I jumped on it early.
Yeah.
I ended up hedging it and went both ways, and
Yep.
Arizona didn't cover. So that's what I mean. They didn't cover against Utah State. I'm on them at 8.5. I would shoot a shot, sprinkle some on the money line. Let's go Arkansas.
I like that. I do. Well, last but not least, this is the last game basically of the card here to see who advances to the Elite Eight. We got Illinois versus Houston at 7 o'clock. Houston's -2.5. To be honest, this is gonna be my one of my bets of the day. I like Houston. I don't know. The reason I like Houston in this one is I feel like they've showed that they've had the best offense, I think, in this tournament so far. I mean, I didn't really like Texas A&M's team, to be honest, but I mean they blew them out, destroyed them. Their Idaho matchup was obviously just a mismatch anyways, but um, you know, we'll see.
Yeah, this one's a challenging one for me because I hear people talking on both sides of saying like the defensive factor for Illinois. You know what I mean? Um, Illinois has kind of had like a little bit of a cakewalk, if I'm being honest right now. No comp in these first two games. They paid, what is that, Penn? Then they played VCU. Houston, who'd Houston play first two rounds? You said Texas Tech. Who they play
No,
before
Texas
that?
A&M and Idaho are there too.
In
I think yeah.
Idaho. One thing I will give you in this spot, I don't know if you know, but I guess it's home court advantage for Houston. I guess that's like, what is it,
Yep.
playing in their
I
backyard,
think I think
basically?
so, right?
I don't
Let
know,
me
bro.
check.
So I definitely would. I was gonna lean
Yeah.
towards what is it? The spread on -3. Would you get it at? Did you get it at -3?
-2.5.
-2.5.
So yeah.
So
Yeah, -2
yeah,
basically.
this is a weird one, man. I I'm not extremely high on it, but I am on Houston as well. I just don't know if I have a real good feel with Houston. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't expect them to get to the final, like if they were to win this and then get to the final four, because this next game, do you know who they would play after this? I think the odds for them to be in the
um
final four, Houston, is plus
I have
I
to check
think
the bracket.
130 or 145. So if you really are high on Houston in this game, you're basically sitting with the money line ticket of them plus 145 for them to make the final
They would
four, which they
play
would play
Nebraska or
Iowa,
Iowa, yep.
exactly, Iowa or Nebraska. And I do think in that matchup, you know, they would dominate both of those teams. So
Yeah.
that's just a little plus money shot
Yeah.
just in case. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm leaning towards Houston too.
Well, that'll wrap up our card. Next we'll turn to the parlay section. If you wanna go ahead and give I don't have any for this day, but you can go ahead and say whatever you have.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start with the NBA. I might put a straight bet on the Hornets. we'll see how the baseball slate or the morning spots, treat me. So I'll wait on that actually and not put anything on the parlay for that one. Um, let's go for the parlay piece. Give me Brew Crew. Give me Phillies money line. Cubs money line. 3-teamer.
How much is that
All three
plus?
teams that should win.
What's the plus on that?
I don't know. Let me go and see. We'll start tracking this too. Let everybody know. You know what I mean?
Exactly. We
I,
gotta know.
I,
Hey, they gotta know the odds.
gotta know. Let's go see.
So you said
We
you got the
got.
Brew Crew, the Phillies, and then what's your last?
We're going Cubs money line.
Cubs. Okay, I like that. That's a pretty good setup. Should be plus. I'm gonna guess.
Got Brew Crew
Mm,
minus 185. We got the Cubs minus 225.
yeah, they're minus 225.
I'm not gonna put any of the other ones that like hitters that I really are already put in, like the O's. I do think the O's win tomorrow, y'all. That's one of my spots I really like. But for the 3-teamer, we'll just do this one. So the odds on that is plus 226 or 266. My bad.
Okay, okay, that's good. That's good odds. So is that that's gonna be your only one tomorrow? Your parlay?
Yeah, for parlay, that'll
Yeah,
be my little mess around parlay tomorrow.
I like that.
Like I said, as far as bets, we guys, we appreciate you watching the show, and hopefully you guys can be a full-time fan with the show. I was gonna say we are gonna start a Discord here soon. Everything that we're doing right now is all free. We just want to be able to connect with you guys, be able to gain trust with you guys, so you guys know that we do know what we're talking about. A lot of these betting platforms or trading platforms on YouTube,
Yeah,
they don't show their results. We're gonna show and document all of our results,
yeah.
and I hope you guys make money with us. Uh,
Exactly.
Thank you
Yeah,
for watching.
yeah. So like you said, we're this is the first day, so we'll catch you guys tomorrow.
What time do you think the time schedule will be so the audience knows what time we'll be back or when we'll be kind of dropping these videos? I know this one was a little bit later. Well, I'll try to be a little bit more professional next time and be a little bit more
Definitely.
earlier, bruh.
No,
That's
it's
on
good.
me. Okay.
Usually in the morning should be about I'd say 6 PST or that 9 EST area early in the
All
morning.
right.
Um, just to do it before the day. People can hop on and wake up or before the games start. So yeah, or we can drop some at night if there's games that start really really early. It just depends really. Um, so yeah, we'll go with the flow, but expect a video tomorrow for sure.
Yep. Should we yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yep.